morning, guys. It's Sunday, football day. It's around 11 o'clock, and I don't know how much I'm going to get done before the first game starts, you know, but I was going to tune up that deck over there and try to put the deck back on here. That's just my goal for today. But I can't do it just yet because I was looking on Let Go, and yes, while I don't really like weed whackers and chainsaws and stuff like that, this guy had it nearby. You know, it's in Northport, which is the next town over from Huntington here in Long Island. And it's a pull-on Pro. The complaint is that he, you know, can't get it running for more than 5 minutes at a time, you know. So it's probably just a dirty carburetor. It looks like a newer model pull-on Pro chainsaw. I believe it's an 18-inch long. So it comes with a case and everything. It's given to me for free. He also has a Bilt weed whacker. So he's giving those two things away for free. I just feel terrible if I didn't go get it. You know, I'm not really doing anything super important right now, and it's raining and stuff. But I mean, hey, I could always use another chainsaw and another weed whacker because some nut will buy it during the spring. You know, for sure. Should be an easy fix. When I come back, I'm going to try to get that deck back onto this Bilt, and I have a few questions from some commenters who mentioned that, yeah, Henry, you know, that pulley is supposed to have a spacer in it. I'm like, yeah, I know. If I had the pulley, the original pulley with the spacer, I wouldn't have had any problems. But because I didn't have it, I had to do what I had to do. Also, another comment from, I think, Fat Man in a Little Boat. Yeah. He was commenting on how my seat spring, one has collapsed. Actually, it's not true. They are all like this. At least this model is like this. You know why? Because if you'll notice the seat, right? It's just the seat, and you don't see any safety switches or cables or wires attached. It's just the seat onto the bracket, right? So the way this thing works is the seat safety switch is under this. So when you put the seat down, it goes down and depresses the safety switch, the seat safety switch. You know, as far as I know, all the seat safety switches work on this thing. I haven't disconnected anything. I didn't bypass the solenoid directly to the starter. So I know that when I try to start this, this always has to be back here. So that's one safety switch. I have to sit down for it to start, so I know the seat safety switch works. And before I start it, I always have to depress the brakes. Otherwise it won't start. So the brake, the PTO lever, and the seat safety switch, they all work. This tractor actually works. Starts, runs pretty well, moves forward and backwards. I will have to do some kind of thing to strengthen the front grille, the nose, to that hole over there, because you see it's broken. The original has that part there where there's a bolt into the hole. Well, that part is gone. So I need to find some way to adhere that corner. I'm thinking maybe just drill a hole into that plastic remaining there. You see there's a hole there? Throw a bolt in there, right there, like that. So if I do that, I think that'll work. Considering buying, that's right, buying the left side hood panel. I think the cheapest I saw it was 30 bucks. I've seen it for like 130, which is ridiculous, you know. But I understand shipping can be pretty bad. So if I had that side panel, it would adhere to that hole there on the bottom and over here. So that would create this structure of a square, and everything would be pretty solid. You can see here the brackets where a metal bracket was there and there. I know you can't see it too well, but they're all busted, see? And there's no bracket there. So the only way to mount the hood onto here is that bracket there. I guess I could kind of put some self-tapping screws into a couple of metal brackets just so I can hold that metal red metal bar there to have the hood connected to the grill, and then that would rest right here. So that's my plan. I'm probably going to do that. Gonna paint that hood red, probably that panel too. I'm going to eventually remove the foot pads there, the control panel quadrant, the shifter quadrant here. I'm going to grind that rust away from that area, primer the rusted parts with primer paint, and then go over it with red. That would at least make it look better. As for the seat, I have a Cub Cadet seat that's in better shape. I'm going to try to fabricate that onto here. It ought to fit okay because they're both MTD products. I find it difficult to believe that they would create several types of seats that fit only certain models. I think MTD just makes one type of seat and they're all interchangeable with each other. I'm hoping that's it. And then looks like we might be done with this, maybe. Because the wheels all hold air. It moves forward and backwards. My smoky engine had a piston and rings change, and it has not smoked since I started it on this thing. So that's pretty cool. I'll have to find some type of engine cover for this, because that one doesn't work. And I'll find some kind of filtration system. I have a Tecumseh thing, maybe that'll fit too. Who knows? But when I get back from getting that free stuff, I'm going to change those blades, because look at those blades, man. Have you seen something so twisted and wrecked? Both of them. Both sides. Crazy. But the deck actually looks like it's okay. I thought that there might be a lot of rusted areas with holes, but I must be thinking about another one. I must be thinking about this one with the for the LTD. There it is. Not the LTD, the LT1000. Yeah, that one has holes. So actually, it's rare to find an MTD deck that's in decent shape, you know, because they're all rusted to hell. Anyway, so off to get the free Bilt Weed Whacker and Poulan Pro chainsaw. Free! That's right, free. Yucky day. So I'm back from getting the stuff. This is a Bilt TB70SS. Looks like it's in, you know, relatively new condition, you know. Primer bulb feels good. You know, there's no gas in it or anything, but, you know. Feels pretty good. It is a 2-cycle. When I was driving there, I looked in somebody's garbage and they were throwing out this. This actually feels like it's in pretty good, you know, good quality. It's an older Black & Decker. Feels pretty solid. 22-inch commercial duty double insulated. It's pretty heavy, to be honest with you. Push to lock on. I see. Anyway, it's electric, whatever. It looked like it was decent shape. I can always use it at my mom's house, you know what I mean? Or some nut will buy it for $15 or something. Look at that. Works just fine. I swear, people throw away perfectly good working equipment. The other thing was this. I haven't opened it yet. That's right. Came with the box and everything. Or not the box, the case. Anyway. I'm going to open it up right in front of y'all. Again, I told you this was like in decent shape too, you know? Look new. It's an 18. As usual, there's lube, oil, chain oil all over the place. Like I said, this is like the new, it looks relatively new, you know what I'm saying? The new style. I don't know what this orange paper is under there. It doesn't look like an orange, whatever is orange in there. It looks weird. Unless that's the way it is, you know, to prevent dust from getting into those parts, whatever. But
This looks like it's in very, very good condition. EPS, effortless pull starting. Effortless? I don't know about effortless, but this is a PR 4218. 18 is the length of the blade. 42, I don't know, it can't be the CCs because that would be pretty big for a chainsaw. Man, this looks like it's in like new condition, man. So I don't think it'll take much to get this one going. And it was free! Of course, I have no business working on this stuff right now. I've got enough to do with this Bilt tractor. Gonna be messing with this shortly. Of course, I stepped in a puddle of water while I was getting all this stuff, so my feet are all wet. But, like I said, I can't turn that down. I mean, I could have turned that down, but I can't turn the chainsaw down. The chainsaw just looked like it was in good shape, you know what I'm saying? So I'll work on that when I have time. So, looking at this deck over here, as you can see, the blades are trashed. I've never seen blades trashed that bad, right? So it looks like the spindles move correctly. The brake is on. But if you look at this nut, right? Can you believe that this is a 15/16 size socket for this nut? That's the biggest nut I've seen for the spindles. As you can see, this is tightened flush here. But if you look at this one here, right? It's not flush. It's depressed inside, so it's like a few threads short of being super tight. That's because, look, this is raised. This is not secured on here perfectly, you know? I threw some penetrating oil on here. And I've got my Harbor Freight half-inch electric impact with a 15/16 on there. Let's see if this comes off easily. Nope, not coming off. What about this one? This one's not even on there that well, so. Man, that's dangerous, isn't it? I might have to put something there. Washer. Exactly. Let's see. I took it off this way, right? It's sharp that way. So it's counterclockwise. Got this blade that I found in my bit of parts. Seems to fit. Just testing it to make sure it's the right length and doesn't hit anything when I'm spinning. And it looks like it's good. Off to the next one. Look at that. That's trashed. That crazy or what? I mean, what do you run over? A curb?
Oh, I just wanted to get off the curb, get off the grass onto the curb. I forgot to turn the PTO off.
Well, that'll do it. Right. Sharp part is here. It's going to go on like that. Does this one not have a washer? I don't think that one has a washer. Did you guys see me take a washer off? See, if this one has a washer, that's got to have a washer. Unless this wasn't supposed to have a washer and it had one. You know what? It makes sense to put a washer on there, so I'm going to find a washer. Perfecto. Since you're tightening it, it's going this way. And there we go. We have brake is engaged, so seems okay. So we got not new blades, but we have two straight blades that are the same size. You know, that's cool. So I guess my next move is I'm going to attempt to put this on. But a quick mailbag. So one of my subscribers, I believe his name is, I mean, I'm not even sure if this is from him, but he said a couple of days ago that he was sending me something in the mail. And he was one of the guys that bought my stickers. So he bought my stickers. Obviously he has my address, return address, whatever. So I guess he was watching one of my videos when I was scraping the dirt off of the Walters tamper, and I mentioned that this is a homemade scraper, you know what I mean? And I had the real scraper for the grasshopper, you know, the grasshopper is what's called. So I got this in the mail yesterday. It doesn't say that it's from Olympia, Washington, which is where John Ayal lives. But it's from 5 Star Parts, so maybe just order it online and send it to me. So I opened it up last night, and it's a grass buster. So now I can do some scrapage of my deck, you know? But I have one already. Now I have 2. Thank you very much, John. I very much appreciate the generosity. Thank you very much. Love how you guys keep sending me stuff, and I'll always shout you out if I do. If you have a business or an Instagram that you want to promote or push, whatever, I've got, like, I hit 5,800 followers last night on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram, you have a business, a landscaping company, small engine repair place, whatever, send me something. Send me your hat. Send me your t-shirt, your hoodie, whatever you want. I wear all that stuff when I'm wrenching. You guys know that. And you never know, you know. People watch it. They see your Instagram. They follow you. You want more followers. Want more subscribers to your YouTube, whatever. You have a business, and that person happens to see it, lives in your town, calls you for landscaping instead of somebody else. You know what I mean? At least they heard of you, right? So thank you very much, John Ayal. I really appreciate it. 2's better than 1, right, bro? Alright, so let me try to put this deck on before the first game starts. Just take a look at these blades. How did that curl so much? I mean, you couldn't even do that if you tried with the pliers. As you can see, the guy who had these blades on before, he didn't use the same blades. They're two different width, completely two different styles, which is actually what I use too, but they're at least similar, you know what I mean? So these are Gunsky. You couldn't fix these if you wanted to. So there's the deck. It sucked as suspected. So difficult. And I know that they planned on it being easy, but it's not easy. Very hard. That, huh? Put the hangers on there. I loop the belt around the tension and PTO pulleys. Put them around the keepers. Got it around the crankshaft pulley. But I'm going to wheel this outside into the driveway because in case the belt is too tight because of the pulley that I feel is a little bit bigger than the OEM original one, it might engage the blades when the engine starts, and I don't want to suck that carpet up in there, you know? So I'm going to push it out in front and see if it works. Okay, here we go. Might as well try it out. Wish me luck. Good luck, Henry. Well, it works. I don't know why the engine just stalled. Maybe the keyway broke again, huh? The battery's just dead, you know? Bad battery. I was actually surprised that the blades didn't move when I turned the engine on, you know. But it's a lousy day today, and I'm just glad that the deck is on there, and it vibrates a little because I think because the blades are not the same. I have another set of blades in the back, but I don't know. I'll have to see what I want to do. You know, it vibrates a little bit. But I don't know why the engine just stopped just now. I have a feeling the keyway broke, and it went out of time. That's what I'm thinking. Luckily, we have all the covers off, and I can just check real quick. Let's take a look and see. No, keyway's still good. Huh. Strange. The battery's dead for sure. I'm going to have to change the battery. But how about it, huh? It works. Deck is on, and it works as it should. Like I said, it vibrates a little bit, but I don't know. I'll have to see what I can do about that. Meantime, I'm gonna drill a hole into this front grille so I can adhere that left corner to the frame. Right here, there's a hole there. I'm just guesstimating. Now I'm going to find a bolt and nut, and that'll be good. Found a bolt with a nut, holding onto the nut. There we go. Now that corner's on. So I just started it up again. It ran, and so I think the battery needs to be changed. I don't know why it stalled before, but I'll have to test it out a little bit more. So today we got we changed the blades on the deck. We lubricated it, routed the mower deck belt around the pulleys after I installed the deck. We tried it out. It runs and it engages the blades just fine. I was worried about the pulley, the crankshaft pulley, being slightly bigger, therefore causing the belt to probably be too tight. But works as it should, even though there is a vibration. The two blades are not the same, so I don't know. I think I might have to take the whole deck off again sometime and redo it, which was terrible. So I solidified the front grille with another bolt into a hole that I made, you know, but it's on there a little bit tighter than prior. And next episode I'm going to do part 6. This is part 5. Part 6 is going to be changing the battery, fixing the seat, getting an engine cover for this thing, filtration system, maybe put the panels back on after I paint them, and then take off the foot pads as well as the controller shift control panels, grind down the rust, primer the rusted areas, then go over it with some paint so it looks nice. And then after that, I'll really think about whether or not I should buy the $30 left panel, which I'm missing. So I'm not sure yet. But anyway, it's coming along. It's taken forever, I know, but you know, if you wanted to put a piece of junk, you know, a carcass of crap together from nothing, you know, I'm doing it. And runs, drives, and mows. How about that, huh? With a smoky engine. So I think all in all, I probably spent about $50 to get the engine running, the smoky engine. Got the engine for free. I bought about 3 gasket kits, which was at $10.50 each, so roughly $35 that I paid for 3 gasket kits. I paid about $22 for piston and rings, so that's like 50, 60 bucks, something like that, right? I spent $10.80, almost $11 for a new belt, the drive belt. So I'm in at about 75 bucks for this whole thing, which honestly isn't too bad. But then if you think about it, could I not have found a tractor that's running and driving for $75? Maybe I should do that from now on and just not take Nick from Metford's carcasses of crap, you know, which I've done like 6 times already. Hey, you gotta admit, I've taken 6 or 7 carcasses of crap, and they are running mowing machines that are sitting in my backyard waiting to be purchased for almost free. I guess that's the fun of it and the challenge, is to put a carcass of crap together, you know what I mean? But, you know, after I get this looking nice and running nice and not vibrating, I don't know. Tractor kind of moves pretty well, you know, I mean, it's probably kind of fast, you know. But anyway, so that was part 5.
Stay tuned for part 6. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Also, follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on the next one. Have a great day.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Yeah.